Let's take a look at this New World game here. It's going to be quite interesting. So far, I don't know anything about it. I actually forgot completely that it was coming out today, or maybe not even today, but just, I actually totally forgot that this game was coming out, so I was simply gonna give it a go, because I just heard about it today. Let's add this here to the Patreon and let's get rolling. Let's talk about New World, shall we? And we are officially now live in this situation here on Patreon as well. Hello everybody, and thank you for joining this stream here about New World. What we're gonna do is that I'm simply just gonna boot up the game and try and see how it goes and listen for it. Like right now already I can tell that the music is a little loud, but let's see. If you have any comments while watching, just let me know, because then we can turn it down a notch or two. As always, we're going in blindly. Haven't played this at all, so this is quite interesting. Let's let me just fix the titles about what game we're playing here on both YouTube and on. Let me just fix the titles about what game we're playing here. And we are this on YouTube, it already knows.
And I remember.
And on Twitch, it kind of already also knows. Let's edit this here a little bit. Can't I change which game we're actually playing? Anyway, let's get to it. This is New World. I was about to call it Open World, but this is New World. It's a brand new Amazon game. The interesting part about Amazon is that it's this mega corp that's released a game, and it's, for some reason, this game is apparently one that breaks through. Let's give it a spin. We're going in blindly. Let's try and create some players in queue. All right, that's nice. Let's just try and find you can only have one character in Vanaheim Theta World set. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we get it. And yeah, we get it. Some nice cinematic sounds here.
The stories you've heard, they don't tell the whole truth. The island is indeed the place of legend. There's power and vast riches as well.
Wondering if this guy's
For you have simply vanished, never heard from again.
maybe the voice actor is Polish.
The horror, the madness
That's
that overcame the crew.
Slight Polish ring to it.
It was beyond any evil the world has ever known. How I survived, I do not know.
Also, kind of reminds me of the Diablo 2 intro, the voice.
The contents
Quite
of this
interesting,
box
too.
are not of this world. They will guide you to that one, wherever and whatever that may be. Go then, Captain. Chart your course fate. I was a prayer for the souls of your crew.
It's pretty neat. And I even have this new cool drawing tool that we can draw in case we want to point out where stuff is. Aha, so this is apparently me. Can we? I don't think we can. No. Maybe we could just turn down the music a little so that we could. Yeah, Charles Dean in for sure. Let's try and see if we can just a little bit. Yeah, so the music is lower now. Then we can check out some UI stuff here. Body type, definitely a guy. Not because there's anything wrong with women. It's just that I'm a guy. Kind of would like to play as a guy. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Of course. But what if we change it into a guy? Will it then have to say it will? Yeah, that's me. Right. Anyway, let's just roll. My name is Yoved Yakov. Yeah. I kind of like the whole point that this is like a one-time thing. Like, I can't change my character. Well, let's see here. So far, the sound design is pretty crisp, though. I mean, sounds like someone has been doing the right thing. Hey, Saki. And right now there's like tons of these water sounds. I'm just wondering what's up, because right now we don't see anything. Can't even hit escape. But I mean, okay, so these noises here in the background, as such, are like, I mean, it does sound kind of crisp. Hey, come on! Let's draw on it just while we wait. Hey, come on. Maybe it's because we're in the 1,500 player queue that they mentioned earlier. Let's see. Else we'll just have to reboot the game. Hey, come on. Seriously? Let's quit the game and start. Position and queue. Ah, you're queuing as a new player. There we go. But are you serious? Like it's like a brand new thing, and we're already in queue to even play. Come on, Amazon. What if we want to find a server that View Worlds that does not have a freaking queue? 25,000 players in queue in the US. Okay. 13 players. Okay. What about in... So this here is the lowest queue we can find. Hey, Jason. So let's enjoy the nice flute music that we have going on here. Maybe we should just try one of these US channels. It's probably because the US is what the hell? Like, seriously? Okay, well, that's the click sound of this is nice, but what if can't we even this is mental. US West, create character. At world character limit, you gotta be. So, this clickety noise here is rather crazy. Hey yo. Let's just randomize. That's a guy, maybe? Oh god, yeah. It's what's his name? My name is Dovi Ben Dayakov. It's actually my Hebrew name, but that's not because I am associated with anything Hebrew, really. Cujo white noise. What's that? And a gunshot on activating sound. So now we're back to the drowning noises again. Hopefully there won't be like a 1,800 player queue again to play this game. It was a little disappointing. I'm wondering what they're gonna do about that, because they can't. I mean, seriously, I can't join a new game and then. Did it just change from 1 to 4? All right. Here we go. All right. Yeah.
You come closer. Your captain needs you.
That's a very nice
Something wrong.
reverberation compared to the fact that he is wearing that mask there. What happened?
Devil's storm. What in the nine hells was that about? And where is my box? I need my box.
Hey, Guido.
You take it. You build rat. Something isn't right. To come so close. It's not fair.
Right. So he's dead. Right. Okay, so let's can't we these voices here on these sounds make I mean, sure they're meant to sound scary, but can we somehow? It's because there's all these tutorial things here. Good. Settings. Audio. Just so that we can... What? Ah, so ambient music. But why can't I say that I want ambient music and not the non-diegetic music? Anyway. Let's try this out just so that we can listen. Nice generic clicks. Okay, so sand footsteps. And it... No, I thought I was hearing it wrong. I was kind of thinking that I heard wet footsteps here and then drier as we got more to land, but apparently no. See here, there's this one of these that has a very apparent splash of water sound in it, which seems to create some sort of loop here. Though this... Okay, so it does register that we're in the water. It's at least something. This was parry. Jumping allows you to move over objects. Yes. Yeah, but... No, it doesn't. Okay, so the UX is a little off here. Combat. His footsteps are too loud, I think, compared to that combat scene that we just had. Right, immediately, like now he's running about, and he's quite loud. Either they should be turned down over time. We should somehow simply have them more detailed. And see, it did say I can press space to jump so that I can get over things, but apparently we can't. Are those birds positional? Okay. So getting on to your question, I would just really like have this or something, and then make sure it had something like really loud to make it come alive. But let's try with these impacts here and fight this guy. Hey, whoa. So hitting that guy sounds kind of powerful, you know, like smashy, like low end impact. And that's kind of fine. But what about when we hit something here? Yeah, that's stone. What if we hit wood over here? Can we hit the ground? Yeah, kind of odd with those sounds. It's a weird. I don't think they sound bad. It's just a odd aesthetic choice. Let's fight this guy and see what goes on. Yeah, it sounds more. Yeah, you're right. Sounds more than that we punch the guy rather than we actually hit him with the sword. Right, so I mean this here dry wood planky footsteps. That's nice, but doesn't it one thing, does it sound like the guy's wearing shoes? Well, he's clearly barefooted. Anyway, let's roll. Block breaking enemy. Ah, you gonna chill out on me or something? Purchase upgrades. So, I kind of like the UI sounds of this, you know, in and out of stuff where it's a voice that's sort of like the UI becomes alive, so so that it's like it becomes alive. That also happened in Deathloop recently. That I did make a stream about it, but they had this really nice guitar stuff in and out of the game. Come on, what? Okay. But I want to go to that one. I mean, okay, this is maybe a bit loud, but okay. So anyway, I kind of like the UI kind of sounds where there's a whispering voices coming in and out, kind of like the menu's alive and talks to you. That also happens in Deathloop where they have the guitar sounds that are like everything is clearly made out of the same guitar amp, stuff like that. I kind of like that. Not kind of like it. I really like it in I really like it in Deathloop. Rush forward 5 meters, knocking back enemies' foes. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But where does the on stone? Still on sand here in between. So probably excuse me. Detection of Material clearly happens, not clearly, happens probably from his head and down. From some sort of pivot from his groin or something. No, doesn't. Right, notice also that his feet goes through these. So that's a collision issue. Auto run. Allows you to sprint. But what is auto run? What button was that? Okay. I mean, I like how also here when we hit the tab button to go into the this here, that the background sort of fades out nicely, but it fits kind of well with the, maybe on going out of it again it's a little too slow, but going in it kind of fits the entering inventory sound pretty good. Yeah. Nice, decent dirt running sounds. Even though our character is still barefoot. And it does sound like he's wearing shoes when walking. Quite a few geese here. I find it quite confusing where I can go and not go. Hey Daniel, yeah, I had seen it like in an ad a long time ago, like this was something that was coming. Never really read about it, didn't bother, it didn't seem like a game for me. Yeah, the geese, there's 1,000 geese here. But anyway, so just today on this Facebook forum that I'm on for developers, then there was a guy who mentioned that it apparently seemed good, and I don't mind, but and then wanted to check it out. I bought it, wanted to play it. See? Something's definitely off with some of their collisions. So this jump in here, but if we're in the water here. So sometimes his feet are through the ground, and then it actually triggers the underlying stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna really seriously try and see if I can do this. Yeah, this drawing tool is really nice. This guy over here. Let's go see what he wants. It's kind of a...
Now I know the island's secret. Now I know true power.
The soundscape is rather aggressive, I gotta say. Well, also a little, not off, but different from what I would normally, what we see in most games these days. Nice booms, nice thuds. Just in case you haven't noticed or don't know, that we turned down the music because it's interfering with our discussion about how the sound works. But oh, so here are other players. Right. Okay. Anyway, let's try with the music again here, because one of the things that I noticed about the music is that this is super weird. We can change the sound, the volume of normal non-diegetic music, which it is. And then we can turn up ambient music. The volume of the music and the ambient music. So non-ambient music can't be controlled separately. That's a little weird. Anyway. Okay. Investigate the watchtower. Okay. Apparently, every player here needs to talk to this guy.
Well, you don't look like one of the drowned. There's life in you yet.
This reverberation on his voice, and he's outdoors.
You're fortunate to be alive, but such is the magic.
Mikander, it's sounding okay. It's quite a different aesthetic to what we're used to, but we just found this guy, and he has a reverb on his voice while he's clearly outdoors. And we found some footsteps that do sound like he's wearing shoes, even though he's barefooted, and a couple of other details. And then a billion geese, billion geese sounding like birds, and there was what, like 5 or 6 of them in the frame. Kind of weird. Anyway.
Indeed. And it is where we will remain. One can evade death for centuries.
Yeah, notice the reverberation on his voice.
It's difficult, if not impossible. I am Watcher Tahir Fayed, from a nearby settlement of Windsworth. And you are?
And you are? I am Cujo White Noise.
It is nice to make your acquaintance. As desperate as your situation may seem, almost everyone here arrived under similar circumstances.
Okay, so...
The storm that wrecked your ship was caused by an unnatural force known here as corruption. Ah, well, you see, you seem to have died and been resurrected unharmed. It appears the rest of your crew... Yes. The merciful thing is to at least attempt to put them to rest. That is part of the reason I am here.
Let's see if he can say our name.
Or if you could do it, however.
Right.
To
right.
For others like you.
So he doesn't say our name. All right. So the UI sounds of those, some of them are quite like generic clicks. But the in and out of menus and the whole whispering there was before. What's this music we're hearing? And where? Oh, there we go. There's a map. Shipwreck mark on the map. Defeat the drowned. Okay. Okay. Can we somehow tell where we need to go? Let's kill the music again because we really need to focus on... See the... Okay, 100 and 0. We leave. Come back. That's super weird. Anyway. What are we hearing? Birds of some sort. We don't see any, but there's clearly like some sort of harbor area here. Yeah, so they have nice surface detection of where people are going. It's just that it's nice, but I mean, it does seem like it doesn't care about his footwear. It's a detail that would have been nice. I mean, if you have all that detail anyway. We can hide it. What? Oh, so we are taking stuff from the bush. Okay. So what's with the ambient soundscape? I mean, when we run closer to... Is there a boar? Oh, fuck yeah. Can we just like... No equipped knife. Nikita, yeah, so I found a server in the US that had like one player on it, so that well, it did say that there was only like one guy in queue, which is nice, because the server that I joined had like 1,800, and then we saw others with 25,000 people in queue, which I find extremely unacceptable for a brand new game like this. Let's fight this boar and see what it says. I mean, hitting the boar, yeah, sure, sounds alright, but... Read. These sounds are quite loud. I mean, I would have liked them to be... Did I just get a crate? What do we get from that boar? We got... We killed it, but got its milk, I think. No, wait. It dropped a cart, and then we got the milk from the cart. And we have no knife, so we can't fucking gut this. But I have a giant sword. Isn't the sword supposed to be like... giant knife? Let's see again what happens when it dies. No. So the cart must have been there before. Flint? Eh? Oh well. Let's try and do the bush scavenging again and see. I wasn't very... Yeah, well... The precision I need to cut myself some steak or some nice pork is... you know. Someone's shooting up there. Reverb seems to be alright. I mean, in terms of size of area and, like, distant to the guy up there. Let's use drawing tool. This guy up here, fighting. Galark. Whatever his name is. Let's try to see. And we headed in the wrong direction. Of course. Oh wow! So the sword, it's like really fast stabby weird noise whenever we hit it. I'm actually making something similar recently with a boar that dies, and I kind of like the boar death sound here. It's also kind of smooth, does fit the landscape, so. And yeah, the sword is definitely too punchy, and too stabby. Like I'm stabbing something with it instead of actually, you know, cutting stuff or hitting stuff with it. What's this? What about this tree here? Got no axe. That sounds like someone chopping wood. And already there's like political discussions in chat of the game. It's one of the reasons why I hate games that are social. Let's see. Provisions crate. Coconut and bread bait. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. What happened to the ambience here? This is interesting. So, the windy stuff of the ambience that we're going to hear, like right here, there's nothing except for birds and forest. And now it's a completely different ambience. Like either this area is marked up, like you would have a marker, like an area split here. Or there's some sort of measuring going on telling us that, okay, now there's wind, now there's trees, so change the soundscape. Why are there so many boars around? I mean, seriously, with 1,000 players running around like this, there shouldn't be any boars. Danny, you're right about that. Could be elevation. Maybe it knows exactly where we are. What if we run up higher? I can totally tell that later we're going to have a very different kind of weapon than the sword we have now. Oh. Here's some tree wrestling. Oh, sorry. And now it goes away. Oh yeah. Wasn't that what you said? We just stand here and listen to no sound when it hits the ground, but I kind of like the reverb of the whole area reverb here, that, you know, the tree falls. We're just cutting wood. I'm just wondering why we don't hear something real nice when it falls to the ground. We still need to go the other way. Anyway, some nice, interesting changes in the ambience whenever we're walking about. Yeah, I agree. The woodcutting does really sound nice. Also, seems like really like we are in this forest. Still too punchy. The woodcutting is nice, and the tree fall, I mean, as such, is also nice, but the tree hitting the ground is missing. Yeah, no tree collision, man. Oh wait, I like how he has Mario. Yeah, it does make a sound when it falls, just not when it hits the ground. That's kind of interesting. But let's listen for the ambience here. Birds. Very distant wood cutting. I like that. This is full release, by the way, Mikander. It just came out. If it was early access, it would have been different, of course. Yeah, just die. We get some anyway. I would assume that the trees would have that the trees would respawn somehow. Yeah, but then it wouldn't stop. Then it wouldn't stop falling. So technically, I mean, I'm pretty sure that these trees fall over and they become a tree trunk that can then be pruned or some other ways harvested. The game must know when it changes from standing tree to an item that can be harvested. I mean, it has to know. Else there's seriously something wrong. Can't we, like, get rid of his... Yeah. Can we even do that? Maybe there is a bug reporter in... Company? Must be in faction to create company. No. Eh. What was that sound? Sounded like... Yeah, Jira! Let's go all Jira on Amazon. Or write to Jeff Bezos directly and be like, hey, we need wood falling. Trees that fall on the ground. Yeah, but I need a freaking weapon here. Okay, so that's why you don't unequip your weapons. All right. Priority high. It's a P0, man. Like, don't leave your desk type bug. So the funny thing is that everybody on these missions here are doing the same thing. Won't fix as intended, right? The funny thing about this here is that all players, because everybody just started the game, are literally in the same location with the same quest from the same guy, picking up the same tiny little item. And no PvP, obviously. The lavender, can we, like, herbs. Okay. Anyway. Where are we going? Oh, map scrolls extremely fast. And now we have to get back to that guy. Okay. Yeah, they're clearly not made for these guys, at least. Oh, did that guy just spawn? But like nice coming out of the ground? So, okay, still, the impact of this sword, it does really sound like both stabby, but also kind of like a scissor, like a quick scissor. Kind of weird. Anyway. Hey, guy. Can I, like, fight you or something? This guy's standing still. What? Yeah! Yeah! Alright, anyway, let's... Need to go right. So... Something burning. Well, the fireplace, obviously. Like this fireplace. What's this? Flint. Okay, that's a nice big piece of flint picking up. The pickup sound is also like, it's nice. This just doesn't seem to fit. Yeah, now Danny, I don't know if you heard this before, but when we talked to this guy, there's a reverb on his voice. Yeah, your average Irishman. Oh, what's his head? I don't even know that song. Anyway.
There now. I hope that wasn't too difficult. Some have trouble confronting the soulless ones. They're a reminder of the fate that could await us all on this island.
Yeah, but some have trouble confronting the soulless ones. The problem with that is that we are like 50 guys, and they were expecting one. Duelist pans.
I imagine you're quite famished after.
Where do I find flint and wood?
Enough to gather from bushes around.
We already have that.
Flint? Those are rocks on the beach that everyone trips over. Gather some of each, then use the campfire to craft a skinning knife.
Okay, so here we can craft. I mean, these sounds like when this counted up, and when this whole thing here appeared, splam splush whoop in and out. Kind of that has something to it that I really like. And yeah, Danny, the map is also real nice. So what if I want to craft? But interesting how this is designed and mixed. This loud and this in your face when I guess everything is kind of loud, but kind of funny when... Hey, Antonin. Hey, Carlos. But is this the same sound every time we do this? Man, these sounds are really loud and really... I like them. It's just... What's with all the, like, magic swooshy stuff going on? When this is... So far, it's, cooking. Let's find a place secluded so we can make all these people shut up. Yeah, Danny, but the funny part is that when we walk away from him, he does sound like he's distant, but that would be kind of weird as well, because let's try and talk to him again here.
Well done, my friend. You've been at sail for some time. Careful. Those boars can put up quite a fight. I can assure you that your reward will be a fine meal.
Sure. It could be that from where he's standing, it sort of like calculates to here and here. Or the tent here even. And then sort of like feeds back a reverb in this direction. But I'm a little surprised that it would be that sensitive. But also, since this is the very first quest of the game, I'm surprised that this is not where QA has really been aggressive. So everybody just be quiet so that we can... The map scrolls super fast, by the way. The map that's a decent size. What? I have to give it to them. The woodcutting sounds, especially in the distance, really makes this forest come to life. That's really, really well done. Especially because it's clearly that so far away. I'm wondering how they're dealing with voices and other things in account of if there's several hundred players at the same time. Yeah, the ambience. Hey, FS, the ambience is super cool. I mean, sure, the overall ambience, like wind and stuff, it's kind of loud, but I really like the tree cutting. Let's just walk up to some guy who's cutting a tree and stand next to him and be like, hey man, what are you doing? You mind, like, doing something? Where are we going? So something is definitely positional here. But not all. Good one, Mike. Good one. So this tree here, the tree rustling, that's definitely positional. So that's not something that's calculated. See, other people just listening to the ambience here. Hey, FS, so what are you saying? That something is disturbing the overall nature here? As in, there are specifics disturbing stuff? Or the definition of specifics as in they are specific to the environment that we're listening to? Berry bush. Yeah, Antonin, that was the funny part is that, of course, they deal with voices. They have to somehow. God freaking damn it! Also, the problem is that I'm playing this game windowed so that I can stream at the same time, and that means that the mouse actually jumps out of the window. I'm out of the game. Anyway. How they handle voices, of course, we don't know, but I'm really surprised that they have that many distant sounds. Upgrade available. They're quite aggressive. I like the book turning thing. I've recently just made a concept for this. For another game. Did he just laugh at getting hit? Right, you mind leaving us alone? I'm sort of trying to upgrade here. So I like how... Oh. They have two sounds. The click sound and then the on top paper thing. And the map sounds like... sounds in a certain way. These have almost... yeah. The wind and the tree rustling, etc. Yeah. But there's also specifics to the trees, to that one tree. Do you... Yeah, no, I hear you. That I was wondering like that, like what do you mean disturbing? Okay. Anyway, so my guess is that all these trees, that it knows that there are trees, so it has a general bed of trees. But if we go real close to one, we can hear one at a time. Anyway, come on. Let's try the upgrade thing so that we can actually... Alright. Character. Actually, I want to upgrade... But what do we get from everything? Oh. Let's just, since we don't have any proper weapon other than this, let's just go. Still quite aggressive UI sounds, I really must say. Boar sim, yeah, totally. That's the thing, Danny. So the game looks kind of organic in this sense, and then when you fight, apparently... Wait, let's listen. Oh. Automated occlusion. So once we're behind a tree, it actually... See this? This guy. Once we go behind this tree. Yeah. Yeah, I should be saving it. I always try... Pretty intense occlusion just because we're behind a tree, yeah? That's interesting. Because that means that they have... either a ray or some other thing to detect. Maybe we can just make it here. So, yeah, but... So, listener is camera. Listener precision. And the rotate... But shouldn't... Can you please chop some more trees, please? Do you mind? Like, what if I want to talk? How do I talk? Can you chop more trees. We are checking the audio. Thank you. At Ori. Or is it? Yeah, anyway. So I'm wondering, let's try and find out. So rotation is on the camera, obviously, and the position is on the player, or it could be on the cameras as well, doesn't matter. But I'm wondering if occlusion calculation is calculated to listener position or player position. That would be quite interesting. So let's try and say... But are you in the same server? We don't know. Come on, somebody's got to be chopping trees, so we can be behind one tree. Yeah, well, what the hell? And it doesn't make any noise. I mean, it's a nice detail, but come on. Yeah, maybe. It's definitely the camera rotation. Wait, but wouldn't that actually mean that this would be behind us? All right. Nice find, Nikita. So camera is definitely somehow how they measure stuff. So my guess is that camera doesn't actually have to be audio related. Yeah, it's a too subtle sword for sure. Anyway, peace and quiet up here. So I'm wondering if the camera doesn't actually send rays, camera and listener on player and so on, if the camera simply just knows what is visible and what is not. That doesn't make any sense in terms of that we can hear the distant tree chopping. But close by stuff. And my guess is that these biomes are somehow also calculated. Like now it knows that we're secluded. What the hell is that wood sound? Why is there wood here? Interesting. Aha. We found something secret that no other player has found before. And of course, I don't have any harvesting skill. Thank you, MMO. Yeah. Okay. So if we unequip the shield, try. Nice skit sounds though. Could be. It's interesting for sure how they apply that occlusion, because it was pretty intense. Like pretty massive occlusion on something that simple. Was it really the sword? No, the shield, I mean. Yeah, but we could still hear it after we took it off. Yeah, now we hear it again. Yeah, right. It is the shield. But when we unequip it, that's a funny, weird noise for Foley. General locomotion. Anyway, let's try here. If we unequip it and then do it still. Yeah, see, it doesn't go away right away. So my guess is that they are actually not playing a loop, not necessarily a loop all the time, but depending on players. Oh. Trees. Oh. Something is camera specific. A shield shouldn't make that kind of rustle, but it apparently it does here. Hey Fred. You finished with work for today? This is quite interesting. There's definitely some something occlusion going on, and I think that they are actually, instead of not 2D but like 3D applied, but with full spread, and then camera find these blind spots where it goes away. Yes, yeah. So right after we take off the shield, it's sort of like has to, next time we take a step. Yeah, good Fred, good Fred. Actually, I'm considering returning this game just to get my money back. Not that I think it's a bad game, it's just that I wouldn't be playing this for that long. Yeah, but this isn't Unreal Engine though, Akita. I would assume that this is Junkyard. I mean Lumberyard. Junkyard. Wouldn't you say, Danny, that this is Junkyard? This here. Hey! You get an X. Do you mind chopping some trees? Huh. Just have to warn you, I'm going to sneeze in a couple of seconds. Something is very positional. Still like the tree cutting though. Oh, okay. I find the aesthetics of the sci-fi-ish, overproduced stuff super weird over the fact that this is a quite organic game, as you said, Danny. I don't dig the overall mixing either. I like... What the hell is going on here? Somebody's having fun. I mean, the overall mixing, no. I like the ambience in terms of distant trees and the wood cutting and all that. But that's just... It's... The UI sounds are too loud. Amazon owns Lumberyard, Junkyard, whatever. That CryEngine thing. I would assume that they'd be using their own engine then. Interesting. It's this guy, okay. Yeah, so it's definitely the camera that's causing the occlusion. I mean, this here in general, Red Dead Redemption style, the whole forest when you hear people chopping trees and just being about in the forest, the overall ambient soundscape and the whole ambient world, that's kind of nice. I mean, this here is nice. So it does actually make a sound. Let's hear when it lands on the ground. Huh. So it does make a noise when it hits the ground. It's just funny that that sound is clearly not, you know, it's widespread, as long, the attenuation. The attenuation isn't very long, and it's very, very soft. And it also sounds like it does actually play a noise, but that sound gets killed once the tree becomes the harvestable part. Yeah, it's like it's cut off. So tree has wood cutting sounds now, tree falling. Alright, so it does actually say something when it lands. It's just... And now... What the hell? Yeah, enjoy your pizza, Nikita. I making me hungry, man. Oh yeah. The current game that I'm working on, I'm making this system that simply just takes it only tracks when the player makes steps, and then by that sort of like figures out how fast are we moving. And that is causing the delay of the cloth sound, so that it always comes in between. And that way I don't have to sync up anything. I'm kind of hoping I can keep it that way. Unclaimed Hamlet. Hey, come on. So should I be able to claim this? And why is there a piece of paper over here? Yeah, his water tripping is nice when he gets out of the water. These are also... I mean, quite aggressive paper, like, page turners. Alright. Oh, right. Breath. I'm running out of breath. Can we, like, drink this? They made a lumberyard in lumberyard, yeah. Right. Okay, so when gathering water, he's touching ground. That's interesting. I like this dripping effect. You know, they know that the fact that we're out of deep water. Well, okay. You're leaving without checking into the inn. How do I check in? But that's nice that I can use the water to craft basic health potions. I'm just saying that whoever gathers water like you're grabbing clay from the ground. This actually does sound barefoot, which is nice compared to the other. So now the question is, how do I even check into the inn? Purchase house. I can't even. Aha. So we can enter the house. Fireplace. Yeah, it could be like signature on paper or really loud, like something like this close to the mic. Find that kind of odd. Two fireplaces in the house. Two fireplaces in the house. Yeah. And it has a garden. Okay. This is a nice ambience. I mean, for like a fantasy medieval backyard. And it goes away. How fast does it go away? Now it fades in. Interesting. So there's a different fade on going into house than there is on going out of house. Yeah, and this is also positional. So my bet is maybe they have static emitters like around the player, like an emitter over here and an emitter over here, and then some behind us like this, or maybe even more. And right now it's generating the whole soundscape that we're looking for over here on this side. Because it is definitely positional. I'm just wondering if those emitters then mix between each other and rotate. Yeah, the fade from inside to outside feels weird, but then again, why is there such a dramatic fade when we go back in? Yeah. But clearly it's night now, so it does. What? I have to exit the house like this? I think they have nice technical solutions to a lot of things, like with the occlusion and the whole ambient soundscape and all like this. But it also seems like that it's not a bad system, but maybe it's too effective. And, okay, so this torch is massively aggressive, while the one we met before out in the forest said absolutely nothing. Interesting. And this must be the inn where we can check in. Now, let's check out the reverb on this guy.
Hello there, young traveler. Join me for a drink? It's never too early or too late for one more cup.
What the hell? Electric stuff? Oh, wow! That's a really poor magical sound in terms of sounding like a Tesla coil or something.
Hello there, young traveler. Join me for a drink? It's never too early or too late for one more cup. Hello there, young traveler. Join me for a drink? It's never. Hello there, young traveler. Join me for a drink? It's never too early or.
At least the dialogue kills each other. At least something. Whenever we move, it clearly has some graphical issues too. Anyway, let's call it a day with this game. Really? It has some nice moments. It has some good stuff in it. I'm just not sure that... Feels like they made a very nice system that's just too effective, really. I think so. Yeah. Thanks for watching the stream. If there are any questions, then fire away. We can always discuss it now. You're welcome, Nikita. How's the pizza, by the way? It's Sure. I do. Depends on what you want, Hafez, by the way. Sure, we can have a chat. If you want a longer session and so on, I am also for hire in terms of that. But check out the Patreon channel for that. But you're more than welcome to drop me a line, and we can discuss it. I can definitely give you my opinion on it. That's what I do best. Just give my opinion about stuff. Anyway. Let me know. I think, Nikita, the listener is definitely an interesting issue. I mean, the listener occlusion, camera, player rotation, positional stuff. That's quite interesting. But I mean, for distant sounds, there was clearly no occlusion. So my guess is that it's only for sounds that are within a certain range, and then maybe sounds that are far away. Maybe it has a cone. Like, if we're in the forest and we hear tree chopping, then somehow it figures out what is the closest tree chopping, and then maybe we can hear a few that are like behind us and left and right. But the ones that we're staring at in the distance might actually be the ones that have something that are allowed to play. It doesn't sound like it's faked to me. It sounds like it's actually someone is cutting a tree, and that, yeah. Yeah, so the Jurassic Park game has a really interesting stuff because they in engine controlled it real heavily before. I know, you're welcome, McCander. Cheers. So Jurassic Park Evolution had, what's it called? Jurassic Evolution? Doesn't matter. They, how they in engine calculated a lot of stuff before it was even sent to Wise. Simply to make sure that they didn't have a billion virtual voices, but only the voices that they actually wanted to hear. I would assume that there's a prioritization system somehow, like woodcutting and fire muskets and whatever, as you mentioned. But it's only if it's close by. I think that if you're in combat, I would assume that. Yeah, I'd assume they did that. Yeah. Oh yeah. In Jurassic Evolution, it's really nice. I actually spoke to the team over there about how it was working. Just at some point because I was trying to make some videos about it, but never really got that far. It was quite interesting. Really, really interesting about how that works. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining the stream. Remember to sign up at patreon.com/Kucho for a little more videos here on youtube.com/sounds. I am going to try and say properly goodbye. Hey, how did that work? Anyway, Nikita, drop me a line, a Discord or something. We'll chat. All right? Here's everybody.